on Freedom FM 87.9.
Guess what? Now people come and play. I swear. Now we the EPA with me then. Just sang our men and they get it wrong. My husband has edition and singing from Freebo. I was there to you know it's on say we the market here say na we model table never go running behind
It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you. Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, that's why you to us. You hearing claims to even be the hero from your experience, but why you for us? So why the rest now stable? No job, no food to put on the table. No justice for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest and show your kids can't hold. No opportunity for the youth. Instead of helping body, breaking poverty on the youth. Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people, I hate to say you not love. It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you are going to change things, but we not seeing changes. Promises you made you and your rescue team. We not seeing changes. You made the whole country divided into two. CDC and Unity Party, they can't conclude. You downsizing, you wish hunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. You downsizing, you wish hunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. Tell me who you rather came to rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, oh, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. That's what yama 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 yama. I will have drama 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 drama. I leave you all sama 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 sama.
From today, I know Adam and Eve, there was a problem. I don't need to read Bible for today to know there was a problem with Adam and Eve. Serious problem. And I will welcome on Freedom FM 87.9.
You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you a question. Now who you came to rescue?
On this 27th day of August 2026.
Let me ask you.
If you're driving home, those of you on the buses, some of you on the keke and the motorbikes, those of you in the taxi, you stay at your offices. Welcome to the biggest afternoon conversation right here on Freedom 87.9 Freedom Hub. Our young Chief Oliver Khan is somewhere behind the scenes making sure things happen for his folks. Our lovely princess here as well today. Princess Holding Ground. She's driving the train today. And this is your slim friend. My name is Aldrin Roosevelt. In the Rescue Republic, plenty of things to discuss today.
But we not seeing changes. Promises you made you and your rescue team. We not seeing changes. You made the whole country.
Okay, folks, welcome right here. You know, this morning I decided to wear my underwear and cows, and my sister said, "Body man," I said, "Yes." I started getting big. It's okay, but we are here once again, and we are happy to be here. Like I said, our young Chief Odawaka is working tirelessly behind the scenes to make things work for us. And so he's not here today. But yes, your lovely princess, the princess that you cherish, she's here. Princess, what's up on this Thursday?
Don't come brap me there. Because
No, I just been real.
you know,
I'm not.
when someone will face you and then they want to get back in the good book, they be saying all the nice things. You finish saying all the good things about young chief just disappearing. But
No, the man is working behind the scenes.
yeah,
This morning he said he's making sure that things will work.
according to him, he's going to be here in the next couple of minutes.
Okay.
So let us let us stay hopeful.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stay hopeful that he is going to get here as he said. But just in case he doesn't make it, we're still going to be here, to do what we are here to do every other weekday. But I'd like to say welcome to today's presentation. And today happens to be the last presentation of the week. And I think the next time you listen to us, maybe it's already going to be September.
No.
It's going to Monday. When does the month end?
31 days.
Oh, okay.
So Sunday is the 30th. Monday.
You keeping count though. Yesterday you said Saturday. Today is Thursday. And you keeping count. No. You keeping count of this month and the days. What happening?
I said Monday would be the 30th.
Mm-hmm.
And the 31st would be, Sunday would be the 30th. Monday would be the 31st. And Tuesday is September.
So why are you keeping count of the month?
Because it's a day in this month we are not speaking. So
anyways, we have a lot to talk about. Yesterday we started, and I would say we started Tuesday. So we have since been discussing all these different things happening in the country. So we're back today to continue from where we stopped yesterday. But we have new updates from different individuals. Samuel Koga, he is one of the senators that actually has the balls and audacity to speak without any fear. He asks, all these hard questions that we are also asking. And there's also someone who is, I think, a member
of the Unity
Party. That person had a lot to say yesterday. We're going to read that and we're going to, give our own analysis as to what's happening. So it seems like everything that's happening, people are looking at it not from a political standpoint. People are looking at it from a point where, things should happen fairly and the laws should be respected regardless, and there should be no cherry picking. Now this is not it. We're not back in the day where you had slaves, and then they're going to look at Ajerum and say, "Oh, are you?" or and then they pick him up. Yeah. They're going to look at Oliver and they pick him up just like that. But that's not where we are. I'm sensing that a lot of people now have different views regardless of their political party. As we have said, this entire thing about drug in this country, it is not anything that should be politicized. It should not be a political situation or political discussion. But because of the way these things are being handled, obviously they have become political. So we are here to talk about all these Oliver said nobody picking you up. And you can use me as an example. When somebody picks Oliver up, obviously you know what's
what
up.
he say?
The example I give now, you and Oliver, but that's good. But we have a lot to talk about today, and also Ajum, there's actually an update. I read that a few minutes ago, and I think we're just going to brush over a little bit in passing. It is reported that the distressed vessel, has docked at the Freeport.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly, of Monrovia or Freeport of Liberia, however way you want to cut it. It is there. So I think we'll read that just to to talk about it in passing, because yesterday we hinted a little bit where it was and how far.
Yeah, I'm trying to get what President Bwaka said.
And
yes,
so and the president also spoke yesterday. So so let's read. Should we read?
Yeah.
What?
That would be fantastic. That would be good. We will go to President Bwaka's statement
Yeah,
and then we pick up from where one of his partisans
exactly. And
responded.
then we end with Samuel Koga's
We end with
situation.
Samuel Koga, and then maybe second segment we can go to the regular verse.
Ajele, how you bringing second segment? Oh, do you your second segment go? Yeah, but the vessel is here.
You know, when you talk about the vessel continuously,
Yeah.
I think I say Prince Efren let playing, but how did you just be a vessel?
No, I have been really invested because the first time we had this conversation about it. I read a report, and I was one of those people 100% against our Coast Guard personnel being televised.
Mhm.
I thought that was something very dangerous, and that was basically posing threat to them as men who were supposed to be protected to some extent.
But the English men say, but let me call you off. The colloquial men say, let me call you Osmo. How come the Coast Guard, or however they call them, chased the vessel? They didn't see the vessel. Then they came back. They say now when they didn't forget about the vessel. Then the vessel said, arrive. And say, let me
no, so the report, yeah, don't make me no jump yeah. So there's a whole report, and we're going to read that.
Yeah.
But yesterday, the president of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Yuma Boakai Senior, he actually spoke around, I think, 8 o'clock. I don't know if it was exact.
Always speaking in there.
In night howlers.
I don't know, because you say you were dance with the tower, they make us be in a day.
Yeah,
Anyway.
so it was about 8 p.m. The president spoke, and according to different comments again over the social media, people were complaining that it was interrupted. It was a pre-recorded address to the nation, but then it was interrupted. However, we have what the president said, and this is courtesy of I'm not giving courtesy. Say okay, yeah, but can I go ahead?
Yeah, the whole country listening to you now.
Okay, so the president spoke yesterday, and what day is today? What day is today?
They did?
Today's the 27th.
26.
Oh, guys, we'll take a very short break to get right back. 1 minute, please play that song. I'm getting your feedback I don't like.
That's why you to us. You even claim to even be the hero from your experience, but why you for us? So why the rest press now stable? No job, no food to put on the table. No trust for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest and show your kids can hold. No opportunity for the youth. Instead of helping body, breaking poverty on the youth. Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people, I hate to say you got no love. It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question: that who you came to rescue? You not giving.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So I was getting some feedback, and I think it is a bit okay now. But the president spoke yesterday, which was Wednesday, and it was something short. By the way, right now we don't want to be bored with any long things that is going to be repetitive and stuff like that. But this is what the president said. Is that so I'm reading in his voice, right? Not in his voice, but as he did.
You trying to quote him? Or?
Yeah, these
okay.
These are his words. So he said, "My fellow Liberians, I come to you this evening to reaffirm a solemn commitment. This administration will enforce the law without fear or favor, while protecting the constitutional rights of every person." Ajim, I hope you're getting that. This is the first line. This is the opening, right? I come to you this evening to reaffirm a solemn commitment. This administration will enforce the law without fear or favor, while protecting the constitutional rights of every person.
Mhm.
Over the past several days, developments in our country have sparked public discussion, concern, and in some cases, misinformation. As president, I believe it is my duty to speak directly to you, offer reassurance, and make clear that justice must be pursued firmly, fairly, and independently.
Hmm.
When you entrusted me with the leadership of this country, you did so with a clear expectation that I would uphold the Constitution, govern with integrity, and strengthen our institutions, and ensure that no one is above the law.
Hmm.
Liberia faces serious challenges, but we are making deliberate progress through the arrest agenda for inclusive development. Yet, none of our work in the economy, education, infrastructure, or public institutions can succeed unless it is anchored in one fundamental principle: the rule of law. I hope you're getting how many times the rule of law has been mentioned.
Mhm.
One of the greatest threats facing our nation in the growing menace of illicit drugs and organized crime. Drugs are destroying young lives, weakening families, fueling violence, and threatening our country's future. Let me re echo here that this is not simply a law enforcement issue, it is a national security and moral issue. Consistent with our pledge, my administration has intensified the fight against narcotics trafficking, money laundering, and organized crime. Our security institutions have been directed to act professionally, independently, and without fear of favor, second time being mentioned, working with national and international partners to prevent Liberia from becoming a transit point for illegal drugs or a safe haven for criminal networks. Let me be clear, this campaign is deliberate, coordinated, and unrelenting. It is intended to defend the Liberian people, protect the Liberian character, and safeguard our nation's future. This national campaign against drugs and organized crime is not directed at any individual, party, or political movement. It is directed at conduct that threatens the safety, stability, and future of Liberia.
Mhm.
In recent days, the arrest and detention of former Vice President Joel Howard Taylor has understandably drawn national and international attention. I assure every Liberian, our regional neighbors, and our international partners that former Vice President Taylor is being treated in full compliance with the Constitution and laws of Liberia. She is presumed innocent, has access to legal counsel, and is entitled to due process, which will be upheld. The former vice president has been arrested and charged in accordance with our legal procedures. It is not the president's role to determine guilt or innocence. That responsibility belongs to our independent justice system. Our democracy will be measured not by how we treat those with whom we agree, but by how faithfully we uphold the rights of every person who comes before the law. I don't know if I should keep reading this. Should I continue?
And by the way, Princess is trying to echo President Bouakar's speech.
This is President Bouakar's address, right?
This is exactly what President Bouakar said. Go ahead.
This
Princess.
is exactly what the president.
There's a place where he said.
So he said, to those to those who expressed concern, I say this: your concern. Yeah, I think that's the problem. Could you try the other side? Perfect. To those who have expressed concern, I say this: your concern is legitimate in a democracy, but guilt or innocence must be determined by the courts, not by politics, rumor.
Go over that again. Go over that again.
Mr. President said, to those who have expressed concern,
Okay.
I say this. Your concern is legitimate in a democracy, but guilt or innocence must be determined by the courts. That's a good point. Not by politics, rumor, or conjecture, or public pressure. My administration will neither persecute nor shield, okay, anyone because of political affiliation, uh, office, status, or influence. Whether one has held high office, served in government, led a business, or lived as an ordinary citizen, the law must be applied. The law must apply equally to all. Sorry, guys. I commend. I don't want to go there.
Okay. I think you.
Okay, he said the fight cannot be won by government alone. I ask parents, communities, and da, da, da. But yeah, so far, so good. And the president actually closed by saying, as your president, I assure you that this government remains committed to justice, fairness, accountability, and peace. Yeah.
And one of the international wires pick from what President Bouaga said. And the major point there is like he's saying the former vice president will be given due process under the laws of the Republic of Liberia. Come to think of it, how did it start? How was it?
Okay, so this is the president's speech, and I would like to pair this with what one of his partisans said.
Yeah.
Was it last night?
Yeah. So I'm
going to get the video.
Yeah, it's there.
This is it, right?
Yeah. Any video you sit down,
don't say any video I sit down.
No, I know that you see it.
Yeah, but
so you're listening. What Princess is about to play this is a response from one of the partisans of the Unity Party who did a lot of sacrifices, making sure that President Bouaga, is president today, governs people within the election processes and did whatsoever he did. Here is his response.
Honest, very, very dishonest in terms of all.
I won't start it in Princess.
The relationship between his statement and what we call in leadership perception. Perception has to do with.
I'm not jumping it.
Wait, just a minute. That's
the president was very dishonest, very, very dishonest in terms of the relationship between his statement and what we call in leadership perception. Perception has to do with how people view what they are saying. People can view you and say you're being honest. People can view you and say you're being dishonest. And I think that as a supporter of the Unity Party, I maintain that people owe it to themselves for the purpose of institutional integrity to be honest when they speak. You don't have to always defend a particular side because you have some relationship with that side. It is very disgusting how dishonest this president was tonight. When you want to, the very introduction of the speech, the very first paragraph that talk about you have, reposing me your confidence when you gave me the opportunity to serve, blah, blah, blah. From that point on, the very idea sentence, people who care about integrity and purpose, when they are undertaking very serious and intentional investigation, and for instance, I'm accused. When you had that one-on-one with Costa, you remember when you called from America, right? Almost most of the people from here said that the government were doing well. Then somebody asked you to call from Liberia, and then most of the people from there said the government was not doing well. If you, in environmental study, you take sample space, you take that as a poll and say, oh, this gives a kind of. The president was very dishonest, very, very dishonest in terms of the relationship between his statement and what we call in leadership perception. Perception has to do with how people view what they are saying. People can view you and say you're being honest. People can view you and say you're being dishonest. And I think that as a supporter of the Unity Party, I maintain that people owe it to themselves for the purpose of institutional integrity to be honest when they speak. You don't have to always defend a particular side because you have some relationship relationship with Assad. It is very disgusting how dishonest this president was tonight. When you want the president was very dishonest, very dishonest in terms of the relationship between his statement and what we call in leadership perception. Perception has to do with how people view what they are saying. People can view you and say you're being honest. People can view you and say you're being dishonest. And I think that as a supporter of the Unity Party, I maintain that people owe it to themselves for the purpose of institutional integrity to be honest when they speak. You don't have to always defend a particular side because you have some relationship with that side. It is very disgusting how dishonest this president was tonight. When you want to, the president was very dishonest, very dishonest in terms of the relationship between his statement and what we call in leadership perception. Perception has to do with how people view what they are saying. People can view you and say you're being honest. People can view you and say you're being dishonest. And I think that as a supporter of the Unity Party, I maintain that people owe it to themselves for the purpose of institutional integrity to be honest when they speak. You don't have to always defend a particular side because you have some relationship with that side. It is very disgusting how dishonest this president was tonight. When you want to, the very introduction of the speech, the very first paragraph that talk about you.
Okay, so we're going to have Oliver phone in to.
Yeah. So Princess will make that connection with our young chief. Go ahead. Your phone sounds good. So
you gotta be easy with it. Take it easy, yeah. Okay.
I don't know why you want me to say. You signed me to the public.
Yes. Okay, so we have Mr. Kine, Oliver Kine, on the phone. He is not in studio with us, but he's live. Hello, Buzzman.
Yeah, so Alexa, Jerome, good afternoon. And let me say good afternoon to the people. The hustle is on, and so we're kind of busy. But here is the point. And I like the guy who spoke from Spoon FM last night. The president is on serious. The president is on serious. President Joe Bwaka is on serious. If anybody know how to spell that particular word, let us spell it all in cap. President Joseph Yoma Bwaka is on serious. Look, the guy made me to understand that in spite of extreme sycophancy and belly-driven advocacy in this country, there are still people who got that integrity in check. You saw how, you listen to him. Mm-hmm. He didn't miss his words. He was clear that the president is dishonest with the Liberian people about the happenings in this drug issue. Alexa, if I were in studio, I wouldn't have allowed you to read what you just read. Because that's pure mumbo jumbo. That's giggle. Garbage in, garbage out. You're talking honesty, fairness with investigation. Members of the Liberian Senate are requesting for Gregory Cuomo to disclose documents, Ministry of Finance payment records on vehicles that he purchased. Here, the Minister of Justice, go to American page. He just issued another communication.
Yeah, we're gonna read it.
And you gotta play Samakoga voice on yesterday. Senator Samakoga made it clear that the son of the president, and Joe Bwaka said he honest about what he's doing. It's fairness. Nobody is being called for investigation politically. Listen to Senator Koga. He emphasized on what we have been calling on the government to do. The son of the president was mentioned by drug cartel members that he introduced. He Jojo Baka and his father were introduced to the cartel through Tariq. Koga is asking the government why up to now Jojo Baka is yet to be invited. But he said Sheikh Bakshiru, who I'm told gave 15,000 to Joel Taylor because some passed away. You are arresting Joel, disgracing her, and you say it's not political, and Joe Baka wants us to be serious? You want to take him serious? His supporter is very right. The guy on spoon. I don't know his name, but you listen to him. He was honest enough to have called his president dishonest. It takes a man of character to do so. And you can lecture us about this and that. It was a waste of time. No wonder the speech did not end. I was watching Real Madrid game, so I did not pay attention. But when I came back, people said the president's speech did not end.
Yeah, it was interrupted.
Yeah, the pre-recorded version did not end. Already it was pre-recorded, still it did not end. But that's a conversation. The point here is the whole war is aware that this investigation is taking a political turn. The president has to be honest to himself. If not to anything, because the people in F Baptist Church can get in the communion to play with it, because he should be honest enough. Even if he doesn't want to be honest, let him think about his age. He should be honest enough that as early as he is, he should be honest enough to tell the Liberian people that he is not doing this thing from a just level. And you say you're doing it honestly, and this is honestly, it's not a political thing. Why your son has not been invited for investigation? Why did you, Joe Baca, dismiss Biago? You dismiss Biago. But Biago is not in the custody of the law. We double dare the Liberian government to show us all the individuals that say are individual of interest in prison. We double dare them. There are information that people who were arrested, what you call arrested? People who were indicted, rather. People who the government said they arrested, there are information that those people are outside of the country. In less than 5 days, the former vice president, as big as the status is, in less than 5 days, you managed to have gotten your in prison. But Biago to be in contact. Because Biago is a personal friend to Gregor Como, who was sent to the DEA. Okay, Biago received vehicle. He received.
Hello.
Can you have to change your location?
Your location.
Yeah, you have to change your. You have to change.
Mr. Khan,
you have to change your location is a bit. You're kind of cracking.
Okay, so we have to get him back.
So you have to change your location a bit. You coming in very cracking, and yes, this is Freedom Hub right there on Freedom 87.9. My name is Princess is here, and we have an audio account via the telephone.
So I'm going to. Okay, so he's calling back. We're hoping that. I hope your location has changed.
The devil is a liar. I'm back. You get me now?
Yes, sir.
Which that was talking about? The one we're working with.
So the point here is the president is dishonest. He's unserious. No matter to say the president is unserious, that's not a crime. It's not anything. The president is just unserious. He's not taking the whole investigation seriously because his darling boys are compromised. Gregor Como told Biago to go to DEA. Biago was caught with a vehicle that was given to him by Leroy Harris, a drug cartel member. Gregor Como own time he said Leroy Harris is a drug cartel member. You remove Biago from a job. But you could not subject him to investigation. Since when did the punishment for crime become dismissal? And that's how law. They say when you commit crime, your punishment is dismissal. No. Dismissal is one of the say you are not working out government because you are a criminal. But the punishment of the crime, your punishment of the crime, you should face the law. You should face the law. You should go to court. You go to court. If you cannot prove your innocence, you face the full weight of the law. Biago is passing around swallowing GBE in the Makande because somebody said Biago told them, and the time for you to bring that nonsense to me, Gregor will go down. If Gregor will go down, if Abeson will go down, if Abeson will go down, if Abeson will go down. And the United Party guys think we will be so stupid in this country. We don't know what's going on. If President Biago is honest and serious about the investigation, Biago should be handcuffed. Biago should be he should be going to court to clear his name. There are records. The police press briefing the last time they were able to inform the people about how they get the internet. Senior officers of the Liberian National Police are confiding in media people and different activists that the headquarters of the Liberian National Police was giving, how they call the thing?
Starlink.
Internet, Starlink internet by the same Harrisman. The car, the same Harrisman who put internet in Grand Como office. The same Harrisman who connected the CCTV in Grand Como office. Oh no, but Greg doesn't know. When you press in the Koga voice, Koga said, how can Greg be the director of police when his other men are in drugs and he cannot detect? Such a man is not qualified, is not competent to be the head of police.
That's my point.
No,
We're going to play that.
Oh yeah, if I'm the manager of Freedom and I don't know that the manager can be stealing fuel, and can be doing this and that, if I don't have things in place, I'm not a manager. No, I should have mechanism in place. I will detect it. I'm saying I will stop it from happening, but if it is happening, I should be able to detect it before it go overhead. That puts you in charge. That's in the Coca. It's good that you're going to play. Yeah. So the statement that was made by I think his name is Wanoke or Stopor, it was honest. That's how these people should sound. The drug issue is not political. It should not be politicized. There's not another party for the CDC business. If the president is serious enough, those videos will be brought to justice. What about Johnny Bolade who said he get Greg 10,000? He get Greg 10,000, Greg took 8,000 and getting $2,000 back. Before Joe Biden could do a mumbo jumbo last night, or how you call this thing, he had already gone ahead of yesterday a pre-recorded statement to say in confidence in Greg Como. It makes people raise allegations against Como. Quaka is still putting a neck on top of people. It reminds me of Ellie in Jerome. You remember Ellie?
Yeah.
Ellie said, I can put my neck on the tapping bowl for Amara for the war.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what he's doing. In the midst of people complaining. This guy sat there in the town. Oh, then we have people complaining on the other leader. You don't want to sack the leader. So then Joe Biden is in power. The people are giving you vivid evidence, circumstantial evidence. No, not all evidence should be material evidence. No, I ain't gotta catch you raping a woman before I know that you rape her. But a woman coming from your room and she walking something away or physical morphology, okay, you're the only man around. I ain't gotta see you doing it before I said that you do it. That you are the only man available and she's the only person there. No other person around that place is to tell me the circumstances. So already that whole operation to tell me that you are the doer until proving innocent. Look at the thing they put into Greg. The Starlink, the questionable vehicles that he's using. He ever man transporting cocaine. The man he sent the DA come with a drug pickup. And all of the different things around it. In the midst of it all, Joe Biden came up to say he is having 100% confidence in Greg. We do not hate Greg personally. But if the law should be the law should have no taste for what kind of political color you can wear. Whether you green or you blue, no. When you keep one person who is who the public got pressure on, the public got issue with, and you put a neck on tapping both for him, there's another lady who one man Jackie and say, come on 50,000. You know, if we met in Dubai last time, they say your son passed away, they didn't want to reach you, so that 15K or whatever the case is, and you grab it, you put BBC on it, and you say your fight against drugs as objective, as fair. We're not gonna do it. And so I support the guy, and I just hope other United Partisans, you know, will disabuse their mind from being so party loyal to the point where the sense of nationalism will be leaving them. And so that's why it is. I hope during the showtime, y'all play Koga voices and other voices so that the people will know that this is no longer Jerome, it's no longer Elessa, it's no longer KOK. It is from a broader perspective. Everybody in the country got to know how the government fake, how the president was serious, and how they are playing politics with the issue, and how they should stop doing it to the country. Thank you.
Please test your location. I put I will come after the show.
Adrian, you listen to Oliver. Mm-hmm. So just before Adrian comes in, I would like to replay the guy's voice.
Yeah, then we'll go to Coca.
No, we're talking about this a little bit, and then we can end on Coca. After that, we take calls. Because yesterday we didn't give a lot of minutes to our callers to be able to call us. So I'm going to play this again. The village people were the internet. When using star lingo, my people. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
People owe it to them. The president was very dishonest, very dishonest in terms of the president was very dishonest, very dishonest in terms of the relationship between his statement and what we.
So this is not the call that Oliver made earlier on.
No.
This one, it is a response.
T1OK Fakalo.
Yeah. A partisan of the ruling Unity Party. Like Oliver concluded, it is not Princess, not Oliver, not Algerine Ratchet on Freedom Hub, but a partisan of the Unity Party yesterday listened to President Bwaka's speech. And this was how he responded to President Bwaka's speech. Princess, go ahead.
The president was very dishonest, very dishonest in terms of the relationship between his statement and what we call in leadership perception. Perception has to do with how people view what they are saying. People can view you and say you're being honest. People can view you and say you're being dishonest. And I think that as a supporter of the Unity Party, I maintain that people owe it to themselves for the purpose of institutional integrity to be honest when they speak. You don't have to always defend a particular side because you have some relationship with that side. It is very disgusting how dishonest this president was tonight. When you want to, the very introduction of the speech, the very first paragraph that talk about you have, reposing me your confidence when you give me the opportunity to serve, blah, blah, blah. From that point on, the very idea sentence, people who care about the president was very dishonest, very dishonest in terms of the relationship between his and what we call in leadership perception. Perception has to do with how people view what they are saying. People can view you and say you're being honest. People can view you and say you're being dishonest. And I think that as a supporter of the Unity Party, I maintain that people owe it to themselves for the purpose of institutional integrity to be honest when they speak. You don't have to always defend a particular side because you have some relationship with that side. It is very disgusting how dishonest.
My voicemail is on fire. Be on fire. It is not easy, yo.
The man fell. All the men were talking.
He still go comment. Anyways, it is back to you.
I wonder what are the men broke in the situation.
No, it can make it.
Okay. Yes. You say we'll wait on Koga?
Yeah. I'm trying to find statement as well.
Yes, so all comes down to how, I need to drink cool, how we used to call it when we come cool estate water. Huh? Let me drink a bit of water to, when you are pleased, when you say things and then people try to accuse you based on their own perception and how they see it. But then when it comes back to the reality, because the truth has since refused to be buried. And that is why we always say to you, the lies will use the lift, that means the elevator, and the truth will use the stair. It doesn't mean because the lie reached before the truth, that the truth will not show up. It will definitely show up. So when you see people with inside the Unity Party themselves coming up to tell you that President Bwaka is not honest, in a bold letter, like the former President Ellen said, capital no or capital la. Look, you have to take responsibility as a president. And these are some of the things that we don't want the CDC to do when people say, oh, the opposition is weak, the opposition is weak, the opposition is weak. Look, when you lie to somebody, you have a responsibility to do what you say you will do or things that you are not capable of doing. And there where we are, because all of the things that were said, these people you see today in government, they were acting as though they were angels. Even angels had to tell John, don't bow down. We are all the same. But they were acting as though when other government officials, President, we have made any mistake yesterday, they will come and say, oh, why you did this? Why you did this? Like all of us said, you see other people. Today, a member of the Unity Party is speaking as a true patriot. then we are free, being exonerated by all of the things when we come to this microphone and say. And you get angry with us, and you think you love Liberia more than us or more than any other person. The president, like I always say, he says another thing and he does another thing. Any human beings that do such, that person is not honest. That person is a liar. You come and say you will not go in the form of being partial in this. You will do this, you will do that. It will be holistic. You will fight drug, this and that. And we get all of the people in the circle of the president. All of the people in the circle. Now, if I want to play the devil to say the police chief is clean, and that was my point from day one. Let us agree that the police chief doesn't know that people brought drug. He's not aware that the police vehicles were used. He's not in the know. He didn't even hear the siren passing him on Capitol Bypass to go all the way to where the drug went. But how come you are the first pillar of security in the country and you don't know all of these things except one thing? Except you will say to us that you take in alcoholic beverages, that when serious things should be done, then you're sleeping. So if you cannot take responsibility of these things, then you don't need to be a police officer or a police chief. And that's one of the reasons President Bouaka needs to tell his police boss to go and sit down. We need to investigate you. Why you will be police B-man? And all of the people around you, they are being caught in this particular situation. And that what I said yesterday, somebody is thinking that I should be waiting for one Bouaka to come tell me that, hey, we're doing things fairly. When I see all of the red lines, all of the red flags, I'm supposed to be sitting here waiting for one dishonest person called Bouaka to come and lie to me again. The same man who said to us, now listen, Liberians, princess, do you know that this is the same Bouaka that was telling the country, telling France 24, that the Guinea president asked him,
how's the issue at the border?
Had the issue with the border now, had the issue. So a president from Ghana, a president from Zimbabwe, a president from Nigeria, and a president from Guinea, who should be asking our president, how is the situation with the Guinea border? I thought it is the Ghanaian president asking Bouaka, how is the Guinea border with you and the Guineans? I thought it is the president from Togo, Zimbabwe, and Sao Tome and Principe asking President Bouaka, how is the issue with the border? And we continue to tell you folks, as Bouaka continues to lie to you, that's how his officials are. Can you recall that the information minister said, he said that the border situation is under control. Liberians are going about doing that normal business. Guineans are doing that normal business. In less than 24 hours, he came back and said, no, come on you. And this is what the president says. Because the president is a liar. He's not serious, as all of us said. He lacks the responsibility of being a truthful person. And for me, I told you people months back, I do not respect liars. I get angry with liars. For God's sake, Bouaka needs to look at his age. He needs to look at his age. Because what we know, every time a man celebrates his birthday, he takes a giant step to his grave. So when you're getting old, you must not say, oh, I can't leave the earth. Even if you were sinner, you should start getting sense to be truthful. Let all your sin be forgiven. But you old like that, it is something, then you still want to be lying. It's so good. People within the Unity Party now realizing that, hey, they voted for a liar. They voted for a man who is not honest. A man who finds pleasure in lying to people. And when you go talk, they get angry. If Braga was serious on fighting drug, his son, even if you do not want to hang off his son will be facing investigation. And what a serious president would do. Because the people who brought their drug in the country, how did they get Braga's son's number? How? Can anybody answer that question? Can any of you who backs the Unity Party, can you answer that question? Why the people who brought their drug didn't call me? Why they didn't call you who's supporting Braga? The people asking for their drug, they're giving you death in the video. They're telling you things that happen. They told you that we met the president because our friends introduced the president to us. And even the president's son admitted that he went to Real Madrid. A man who can kill lamb. A man who told us, look, the president can lie, his children can lie, the ministers can lie, the commissioner can lie. And I'm sorry for the people in this country. Because at the end of the day, this man is sending our country into the land of utopia. And we have to be serious. It is sickening. It is embarrassing. You don't have to be a Unity Party partisan to know that your president is a liar. Some of you don't know these people. You stay far off. You stay far away. You don't get close to them. So you don't know them. Some of us who have friends see things and know that Braga is not a person who is honest. We are not saying that Gregory Como is saying joke or he knows. We're playing the devil now. We agree with you. But how come the man is the police chief? He doesn't know anything happening? That all of the people he appointed, some of the people he recommended, they're all in the circle of this drug issue, the receiving car. Now, let's do the calculation. The car that the car that the ORC received, and the 15,000 that somebody gave to Jewel at the time to say, oh, this is my sympathetic hand for you. I just come to sympathize with you, but mama, and that 15,000. And the cars that cost almost 45,000. You take Biago, you say, Biago, go rest. Juro will show you Pepe because you want to prove a point. Then one liar, old man, leave from the back. He comes and say he wants to justify. The people ran and wrote song and a speech to come please who? To come please your partisans. And your partisans are no more than the people in this country. You think if all of the people who the government is shielding, if they were arrested, if they were put behind bars like the former vice president, Jiwa Howard Taylor is, you think we'll be having the voice to speak today? We'll bow our heads. We should not be the ones telling you these things because these are things you promise. How will the people of this country have respect for Braga? How? Where every day, everything he says, that lie. Everything he says, that lie. So the day Braga tell us, say, your money will start running us out to look whether they moon or the sun. Princess, I'm sick. I'm sick, princess. And sometimes you do not want to find yourself in Liberia, but you have to. You have to. But this government will go down in history as the worst government ever since 1847. You can even stretch it back. You can stretch it back as far as 1820 something. But this is embarrassing. The president needs to take responsibility. He needs to understand that the office of the president is sacred to the country. And every time the president speaks, it's a policy issue. And he should be serious. He should not allow these, political criminals around him to just write and say, Papa, go talk. The president now that DSTV, somebody can just take remote and be telling him what to say and what to do. And he comes. Any leader who doesn't take his own action or decision, even under pressure, a leader needs to take sound decision under pressure. But as I see, I think Braga is not a person who takes decision on his own, because he will be saying something else and be doing another thing different from what he promised, from what he said. And sometimes when he speaks, you know that, come on, you don't need to have a degree to know that they probably lying. But sorry, princess, I'm not angry, but where this country is heading, we are seriously retrogressing, seriously retrogressing. That means we are seriously going behind, and I hope, finally, and I hope, as Braka damaged his life for 12 years, and in year 13 he was begging, no serious human being will work for over $20,000 in a country like Liberia, and for 12 unbroken years, and in year 13 you start begging. I mean, you're not serious. So I hope this man is not damaging Liberia as he damaged his own life for the past 12 years. We are hopeful, and we know God will keep our country.
Okay, so I sometimes I don't even know how to start. Like a lot is happening, to be honest. And after reading the president's address to the nation, I'm sure a lot of people were anticipating that it was going to be something very I don't know how to describe it, but it's going to be something that will automatically, speak to what's happening, void of politics. Maybe people thought that the president was going to be very honest and straight to the point, and it was never going to be, just about all these beautiful lines and the phrases and, every bit and piece of basically some of the things they continue to say. Sometimes I think it is better you stay quiet, because when a leader speaks, as you said, obviously people take your words seriously. When a leader speaks, it is not something that it is cosmetic. No, it is not something that just for a show, or that the president has delivered a beautiful speech, or the president has spoken beautiful English. No, it is not about that. It is not entertainment when a president speaks. It is not entertainment when the national leader addresses the nation on issues that are of concern to the citizens of the country. So I honestly did not listen yesterday to the president's speech. I was also watching the game. And it was after that I saw different parts. Usually after his speech, you have people just bringing out some of the different parts in his address. And I saw some parts and I was like, whoa, what's up? What's happening? Because I'm not sure that was basically something that the president was going to talk about. Because the president of the country spoke yesterday. And if you read what he said, if you read his entire speech, some of the things you're going to see there, some of the things you're going to read, those things sound very, very okay to the ears. And you would think that, oh, yes, this man means business. This man understands exactly what's happening. This man, he is fighting drugs to the letter and making sure that people who, are involved are accounting for the things they've done. That's what someone would say. But going back and comparing what the president said to how the laws are being displayed, or how the people handling these different cases are operating, it tells you that the president just went there because, oh no, you have to speak to the nation, Mr. President. At this time, the people want to hear you. So Mr. President went there, Mr. President addressed the nation, and that was that. There are people who are applauding the president, and they are fanatics of the Unity Party, probably, or they are fans of the Gumborkai. So obviously they have to clap for him. And there are people, on the other hand, like this guy, T, whose voice was played a couple minutes ago. There are people like him who are bold enough to say to the president that his speech was not okay, that his speech was dishonest, and he was unfair enough to have addressed Liberians in that manner, looking at what's happening in the country and how these different cases are being handled politically by his people. There are people who are also saying, Mr. President, you were being hypocritical, because if you are telling us that without fear or favor, that's a line that I think it is there maybe 2 or 3 times in the speech. If you are saying to us, this is a fight without fear or favor, what happens to the people who are considered your children? What happens to the people who are investigating, yet they have come under serious public scrutiny? What happens to those people? Why have you not told them as their father, political father, or as the leader of this nation? Why have you not told them to recuse themselves from this entire investigation? It doesn't mean they're guilty, since this is without fear or favor. That's a question people are asking. I'm also asking that particular question. Mr. President, at the beginning of this entire situation, at the initial stage, 19 point something million, at first it was Quita. We're not going to go back to her. But the entire thing began when the 19 point something million stuff was discovered, right? Mm-hmm. And there were names. There were names. Today, people are still thinking that those names, they are ghosts. They're not real people because we don't see them. You're going to have one report to say, oh, this person is involved, that person is involved, and everything else. But it seems like these people are ghosts. It didn't stop there. The second and the biggest of it all, 300 and some more million US dollars cocaine. And that became a very, very big deal in the entire country. Everybody was asking. Everybody is still asking. There are people who are still concerned, Liberians who are home, away. People who are not Liberians, they're also asking these questions. What happens to those names mentioned as people accused? What happens to those names, who were served, the different charges? Mm-hmm. What happens to them? Everybody cannot say anything. Greg Coleman has addressed the public through press conferences more than one occasion. He will say one thing, and then when journalists ask him and tell you, say, you go us out. You see? You're going to address the nation. You're going to open the floor for journalists, reporters to ask you questions about the happenings in the country, the investigation. And when someone asks you a question that is not okay for you to answer, you think that is not a favorable question, you say you go osa. The Minister of Justice has also addressed the public. The Inspector General of Police has also addressed the public countlessly. And the names kept appearing, disappearing, reappearing. Biako, Kwabo, Kolako, Mark Kua. You have Leroy Harris.
National team.
Exactly. You have an entire national team.
Jock FC.
Yes. All these names kept appearing. And at a point in time, Rodney Steer appeared on Spoon and he started. Mm-hmm. Johnny Boladin, all those names. Where are they? That's the question. Boladin is no longer at the Liberia National Police. No. Biako is no longer at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, and I'm sure he's not at the Liberia National Police as well. Mm-hmm. Dismissed. Mike from the airport is also dismissed. So are you saying to us that to account for the things that they are accused of, only dismissal? So you're just going to be dismissed. You're sacked. Go home. They're not going to account under the law. What happens to the charges? What happens? Are they free because they no longer work in this government? That doesn't account for, or that doesn't equate to you paying for what you're accused of. They're all supposed to be there waiting for trial. So, Mr. President, when you are speaking to the nation, as one of your the members of your political party said, you need to be honest. According to him, that was a dishonest speech from the president. According to me, it was disgusting, or it is disgusting coming from the president, because the president has an opportunity given to him by the people of this country. And he thinks and believes Mr. President is not fighting this menace with seriousness, with intentionality. So, Mr. President, I think you need to take cue from that. And this will take us to Koka's statement yesterday. In other words, the same way you're not turning the whole thing into former vice president because it's a big name, and of course that is going to shake a certain group of people, and they're going to be weak. They're not going to be strong enough. It becomes political, and no matter how much you guys are going to dress it up, whether it is going to be in tuxedo, in a beautiful African attire, that this is apolitical, you're lying to yourself, because we know it is the way you're handling this. No one is against you taking the former vice president to where she is, because according to you, you have your evidence. So obviously, the former vice president is going to go to court, and her legal team is prepared, to prove her innocence. But Mr. President, the other people, they're nowhere to be seen. For me, I'll repeat it again. I'm not saying not to South Beach, right? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying Mike is not there. I'm not saying, Leroy is not there. I want to see it. That's all we're asking. I want to see it. We want to see it. We didn't see that guy in handcuffs. We didn't see that guy being arrested. No. We saw people at his business center, private bar. We didn't see him being arrested. Right? That's number one. Number two, you have turned this entire cocaine case into Jewel. Every day, former vice president, she's already there now. What happened to the other people? So you forget about her being here right now. Because the president talking about, the Constitution. I don't like to hear certain people talk about the rule of law. I'm not going to lie to you. Especially when they're contradicting themselves and doing something else, right? Mm-hmm. And saying something else. Don't say what you are not doing. Do not. And there are people who are still trusting and believing in you, Mr. President. I'm saying there are some people, and I'm not going to lie about that. There are people who are saying, you know, if people do the thing. I say we're not trusting you, but please do the thing you're supposed to do. You say we're going to fight this to a point where Liberia will be free and everything else. When did you realize that young people are being destroyed, when it comes to drug situation in the country? So please do this with the utmost honesty. We requested or we recommended an international or independent, team to investigate. You say, oh no, you say the people, I don't know if that was a propaganda or what sort of a narrative that was. People ran with it. Your Inspector General of Police that you told Liberians just a few days ago that you have confidence in this man. You trust this man. This man has been criticized. This man has been accused, not for one thing. This man has been accused for several things, enabling several different, activities. People are saying, I received a call from my boss. I received 10,000. I took the money to my boss. He gave me 2,000 and took 8,000. This man, received cars or gifts from the cartel. This man is using an internet service at the Liberia National Police headquarters that was gifted to him by the cartel. These are accusations. Not one day. So when you have this man in the middle, you think because people hate him? No. As a person, I'm sure people admire Greg as a person. But the position he has, the Inspector General, that is a very, very serious position. And when you have a very serious situation in the country that needs independence, it takes the courage of the leader to say, hey, you're my son. I know you know how to do your work, but sit this one out. That doesn't mean Greg is guilty. But the way everybody keeps defending Greg, it seems like, something is something. You cannot be defensive. This is also something that undermines this investigation. How do you tell Liberians that you still trust this man It is your right to trust whoever you want to trust. But when the public keeps saying, Mr. President, we think this man should sit, we think this man should be investigated, we think this man should recuse himself, listen, at least at a point in time. But everybody is defending this man. Oh, he is. They're just ganking up because they want a minute to do the good thing. Which one? They're who ganking up now? The same allegation that made Biako go say, I know, always saying sort of GB in the mind. I don't know how true that is, but the same allegation that has Biako off the entire security turf is the same thing. Now, only one no plenty. Biako une saying receive car, right? Green set. Greg, now only car bring to airport. Oh la he it is said that this man is accused of providing how you call it, escort. Right? Or they can say two or info two or bien. They were carrying a cocaine. All they men gave order to the other person. All these things in a very serious country at this point in time, the inspector general will be sitting on the other side. When investigation is done and he is innocent, obviously everybody would be happy. This thing is to also help him. Because you cannot have this man at the center of this investigation. Everybody is pointing finger. Like, what does it say? It doesn't send out the right message. So that's basically what people continue to ask. Samuel Koga, who is a senator, he's a very dramatic man, entertaining to some extent, and he's a very bold character. This man appeared at an intellectual center yesterday, I think. CEO. Thank you. He appeared at CEO yesterday, and he had a lot to say. All the lots he had to say involved the name of the president's son again. That was Samuel Koga re-echoing the question many Liberians have been asking. Why has the president's son not been called? Or has he been called, but we do not know about it? That's the question I think I would like to
So before Princess found that, let me just squeeze in something. I noticed that when the drug issue came about with that video, and 2 days later, Bwaka's son came up with that.
A cis pitch. I read that thing. I can't forget what
I don't call it cis pitch.
No, it is.
I call it trash. He came up with that trash, and Princess, these people not quarrel. Don't feel sorry for them. These people, they're damaging the country. Now listen, come in. When the video came out and they spoke about the connection and whatsoever with the president's son, do you know that the president was still sleeping? He didn't say anything. There were deputy commissioners within the police. They were accused, some of them arrested, some of them dismissed. Bwaka, he was still sleeping. To tell you that what they did to the former vice president, they did that on purpose.
Oh, of course.
To come and tell you, say, they're fighting drug. But this is a political technique that some of you do not understand. Just imagine, they ransacked Jua from the airport. She got, her pressure went up. She went to the hospital.
She was disgraced.
They chased her. They brought her in less than 6 days.
You already know.
They put Jua in the jail, in the prison.
That was a very speedy.
Then the president who was sleeping, who didn't care to speak, when all of his people in government and his son, when we're talking about the job in it, he was acting that he doesn't know anything. The only thing with her, how he support the police office, the police chief, who was using his office to implement his son's agenda. No businessman will be so naive, will take a goose that worth 200 or 300 million and say we carry it to Liberia without the acquaintance of anybody that they know. When they put a woman in the prison, then you get him and he come and say he can't address the nation. If you don't understand these things, If you don't understand these things, how wicked and heartless Braga is. Then I don't know who are you. Go ahead, princess.
Okay, the deacon is also on fire. Everybody is on fire today. Imagine. Yesterday, I went to see somebody and we were watching the game, and the person was like, imagine the gifter is free and the giftee is like, I mean, for real, for real. You know the person that gave me the gift, the person, but I will receive the gift.
This is Samuel Koga. Yeah.
The president's son. The president's son was accused on a social media by cartel. Isn't it? Sure. He said they gave him money, but he denied that he right. But he said, you know the people, the either way, some people, whether they are cartel, you don't know. But now they are cartel. What is the government doing to bring Jojo to investigation? When last have we heard that Jojo have been invited by the police? I want the Liberian people to listen and listen very well and not misquote him but quote me directly. A real serious concern in the community. It shows that the government is trying to shield those involved in the drug activity, but rather focus on the past regime because the past regime was dealing allegedly in drugs. It's unfair. It's unfair. Jojo is not above the law. Police invite a man, and when you invite in a kind of a case, when Jojo is invited, it should be known by the public with policy statement. That we, based on the statement we have and the Jojo input on the issue, the fact that he has similar of connect to answer question. Nothing of that on the radio. Quote unquote. I don't Jojo, the president's son. The president's son was accused on a social media by cartel. Isn't it? Sure. He said they gave him money, but he denied that he right. But he said, you know the people, the either way, some people, whether they are cartel, you don't know. But now they are cartel. What is the government doing to bring Jojo to investigation? When last have we heard that Jojo have been invited by the police? I want the Liberian people to listen and listen very well and not misquote him but quote me directly. A real serious concern in the community. It shows that the government is trying to shield those involved in the drug activity, but rather focus on the past regime because the past regime was dealing allegedly in drugs. It's unfair. It's unfair.
Okay.
So
yes, it's unfair.
That's the senator.
And I think we have to do something today, Princess.
Yeah.
I want us to go back to that Unity Party policy, play his voice. If you have anything to say, you say it, and then we go to the line to give our people more time.
No problem.
Yeah, because it's like we kind of wanting to be monotonous. Wait, you probably making me sick. Oh, from the bottom. So, yes, we want to give Liberians more time to discuss to see how dishonest the statement from the president is. So that is why we're trying to connect the what?
The dots.
Okay.
Because everybody is saying the same thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Koga is saying the same thing about dishonesty.
Yeah.
This man is also saying the same thing. Wonoka Fagalo is also saying the same thing about the government's dishonesty and everything else. So yes, I agree. We're going to play this. And after that, we're going to go to the lines. We want to give you a lot of time to
dishonest, very, very dishonest in terms of the relationship. The president was very dishonest, very, very dishonest in terms of the relationship between his statement and what we call in leadership perception. Perception has to do with how people view what they are saying. People can view you and say you're being honest. People can view you and say you're being dishonest. And I think that as a supporter of the Unity Party, I maintain that people owe it to themselves for the purpose of institutional integrity to be honest when they speak. You don't have to always defend a particular side because you have some relationship with that side. It is very disgusting how dishonest this president was tonight. When you want to, the very introduction of the speech, the very first paragraph that talk about you have, reposing me your confidence when you gave me the opportunity to serve, blah, blah, blah. From that point on, the very idea sentence, people who care about integrity and purpose, when they are undertaking very serious and intentional investigation, and T1 for instance, I'm accused. When you had that one-on-one with Costa, you remember when you called from America, right? The president was very dishonest, very, very dishonest in terms of the relationship between his statement and what we call in leadership perception. Perception has to do with how people view what they are saying. People can view you and say you're being honest. People can view you and say you're being dishonest. And I think that as a supporter of the Unity Party, I maintain that people owe it to themselves for the purpose of institutional integrity to be honest when they speak. You don't have to always defend a particular side because you have some relationship with that side. It is very disgusting how dishonest this president was tonight. When you want to, the very introduction of the speech, the very first paragraph that talk about you have, reposing me your confidence when you gave me the opportunity to serve, blah, blah, blah. From that point on.
Okay, so there you have it. Ajam, is there anything else you'd like to
no,
say?
I would still say we have a president who says A and does D.
The distance really long.
And if you were to look at all retrospect on all of the statements of President Bouaka, you will know that, he's not serious. He's not an honest man. He's not a leader. He lacks that ability, that leadership ability he doesn't have. And any man, not even leader, if you are a man, and if you cannot take sound decision under pressure, then you are not a man. So sometimes, when the society, I don't know because it is poverty or what, you will hear when Bouaka became president, it was so sickling to hear Unity Party people talking about. I can hear it this time, but they will tell you, they say the men I get small blessing, or the men not small blessing. Who told you that when somebody becomes king or president, I mean the person blessed? You know how many wicked kings then there are in the Bible? How many wicked presidents we have around the world? And this is one. This is one. A man who will keep lying on purpose. Like Koga said, the man's son connected with the people who brought the drug in the country. The man was sleeping. He addressed nation. All his police people that he has as police chief, deputy, they were involved. They escorted the drug to its destination. He was sleeping. As soon as they went for Jiwa Howard Taylor, boom, he get on. He can't address nation. What kind of cocaine is that? What kind of evil is that? There are other people who love Jiwa and voted for Bouaka. And you do that thing and you think you're fighting drug, you're wait. And I will continue to tell you people, the numbers you people will see on the world based on your decisions you're making today. And if you want to track that number, this country, that day will know. Princess, go ahead.
So the president said no one is above the law of the country. So obviously anyone who is involved, regardless of who you are going to pay and you're going to wait for fair trial. So since that is the standard, we are discussing why do we have other people free of charge enjoying their time, their regular activities, and they don't care about going to the central prison because I'm not sure they're there. in case they're there, send us a record of that, and we're obviously going to talk about it as well. But that's basically what it is today. We're going to open our phone lines right now. If you're out there and you want to make your points, call us on 0776 104 104. 086 500 104. If you have our WhatsApp number for our international followers, listeners, viewers, you can call us on +231 86 500 104. Ajum is going to handle that. Over to you.
Why did you give me a hard time?
Over to you.
I don't think maybe you can.
I don't worry, I will resign. Go.
Hello.
Go ahead.
All on the line. Go ahead.
Yeah, welcome. Yes, okay, to the issue.
Oh, that politics you can't run. Go ahead.
To the issue. Also, Papa Coin for also district grandfather can't concern like prayer for justice. I listened to the president speak yesterday by 8 o'clock. He said there's no fuel. Anybody. But the question here is who has got a job to do so? Up to now, where are they? The person that used our police car, the national police car, to escort a job for Kensington to Dawson. Where is the person? They don't escort a job to the airport or arrested. Where is the person? Only driver tell who is a communication between she and the drug cartel 2001 2002. And now she want to be back. So where is Joseph Baka's son? Who say yes, I'm communicating with the cartel. They have a WhatsApp number and they got this Joseph Baka some photo on the social media. Where Joseph Baka? Gregor Kuma say I received 10,000 to protect the cartel. So I took 2,000 to my power point to me. And again, we can feel what give it to the car up to now. Where is she? Some people get prep to go for Liberia. We don't know where I'm going. Joseph Baka now in AA doing the door machine, the degree of doing the sort of constitution that what Joseph Baka doing now. For mine, Baka be careful. This is Liberia. Enough for you alone. Thank you.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. You know, I'm really thinking about the president, whether he thinks that the people that he's talking to, they are stupid. Because everybody knows what is going on in this country here. Everybody knows. They're not doing so much now until we hold it there and we not tell the politicians in the country. Because we can't say to Silicon and see them moving on. How even the police set up and know what is going on in the case that is going on. If he knows that he's serious, what he's saying it is true that he's doing his song. Then he bring the other people. Joanna is thinking. Then he Joanna with the court. Let them go after the other people now and bring them. Now what we say, we know the song good in everything. When they say that they were going to do that, what they want to do, and they will not do it. Because now one will more complete like that. So if it
Okay.
Thank you.
yeah.
Hello. Go ahead.
Good evening, Alasha.
Hello. Go ahead.
Yeah, just for this level calling from the region, we got this number 11. Look, the youth partisan arguing that they are so much for the missing the map quickly. The people wanted to pay attention on them. They are the main door. They say they're lawyer is happy for us. We alone get the body. But when it gets to the form of our president, we just pay the assault case. The government has no evidence. They don't have anything against a woman. They just feel that when they bring the woman on board, they will get the public attention. But the last thing I said, they increasing attention on a daily basis. What Mr. Buckley is doing, it is very wrong. You need to bring a son. You need to bring Gregory. You need to bring the former PA boss. All the people that involved had to come on board. All the tactics had to be everybody and be in jail. Then they bring our lawyer. That will be certified. Thank you.
Okay, we take another person. Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, hello, Princess.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. This is Edwin. This is Edwin from Johnsonville.
Mm-hmm.
You getting me?
Go ahead, Edwin.
Okay, thank you so much. I stand to be corrected. I can be corrected by you people or by the listening public.
Mm-hmm.
In my view, Gregory Como is not the official person that's supposed to preside over drugs, cases in this country. I stand to be corrected, as I said.
Mm-hmm.
Reason is that Gregory Como is the police inspector director of the country. And we also have the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency that have also their head, which is the one that have been released off force. So in my view, the process in which Gregory Como is proceeding, is actually wrong. It's wrong. So these are the first key things I want for we Liberia to actually look at. Because you have the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, you have their boss. He is the one that's supposed to preside over drug cases. Though we know that they are joint security. If there is a fight, then we know that they can go ahead to aid in the process. We all, some of us, we can witness, the American FBI movies and things. You see, the American drugs, the American people, the drugs people, they are responsible to fight drug cases. You will not see policemen going to go fight drug case when you know that you have the drug enforcement agency who are well equipped to fight this kind of a issue within the state. So it's a kind of a confusion to me that Gregory Como is taking the entire drugs issue, putting it on his head, putting people for investigation, placing people in jail. Then you say that Manatila is a person of interest. If you say our former president is a person of interest, what can you do? You place a communication too. Former Madam President. Inform me all ahead of time.
Thank you so much. So just to address his concern. 1 minute. So this entire investigation at this point, it is a joint security venture. So obviously you have Greg there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling from the English Street.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to get Joseph Boga. I'm taking Joseph Boga because my a chapter of someone. You know, party just came for them. I want to know. I just ask you a question.
The what?
You know, party came for yeah. Chapter of someone. You know, party came in Liberia for them.
Why you asking?
Why are you asking that?
Yeah, because chapter of money took power. They tell her money start for and then in power again. Then he fought the man, woman is jail again. For nothing. So I just ask you a question. So please go with the NPV power. You want that?
Uh-oh.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. He's saying
Interesting.
Ellen sound for Taylor to go to the break.
Yeah.
And Boga send Gerald to.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, really,
Hello.
Yeah, are you getting me?
Yes, go ahead.
My name is Frank. I do join you for Bogota resident.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the show you're after. Princess, let me tell you, I think the president is really to colonize it. But there's a lot of deception in the president. There's a lot of error. There's a lot of lies in the president. So when the president talks about rule law in this country, when this president talks about rule law, which of course is violated all of the rule law of this country, this president lied to the Liberian people in chief of power and continues to lie to the Liberian people. This president talks about the rule law. What is the rule law? You violated the rule law. the former speaker of the political party, the higher court of the country, now of fanatics, and when you disrespected the ruling, the violation of the rule of law, not go to the standing position. You violated the standing position. No. And you come on and ask me to stop a rule of law. I think the person is tired, like the pastor said from Nigeria. I think the person is tired, and tired we have to keep our culture is down peacefully and get our culture back to us. Because
thank you. We're going to take. Oh, hello.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
It's been Winston calling from Donald Junction.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I ask a question extending if the DA was the former people. I want to know what is the reason of which actually being done. I just kind of critical from
We're not getting you clearly. Can you?
What you say?
If DA was in power in position before, I want to know the reason of which I know he resigned from that position.
They sacked the man because the phone card that he was using that was registered in
one of the names of a cartel member, according to the investigation.
The problem there is government, they are limiting. These people actually that engage into this drug issue, all they want to have a on board. They just want to accept them from out the pictures and look how they start on the small meeting. So every one of them actually is on the bench of questioning. Because they have no right, the government has no right like listening that DA board. He has to be on ground for questioning. So
no, the government is saying even though the car that the man was using it was registered in the name of the cartel and given to him, but the government dismissed the man and said they investigated the man and found the man
ethical breach. That's what they said.
He
so
didn't do anything, even though the car was confirmed that it was given to him by drug people. But
the problem there was not come up to the and give factual information into the government. They have believing lies. That's the problem, my brother. They have believing lies. So there's nothing government will come up with and the will believe.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Do we have someone else?
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, even it, Alexa and Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Isha Kamara, and I call you guys just even from Painesville. So I want to appreciate you guys just even for the program, right? But one thing I'm looking at is that we cannot have a player serving as the referee at the same time.
It's not possible.
Am I right?
No.
So we cannot have one person serving as a referee while at the same time being a player. So why am I saying Michael Como is being accused in this job saga? But then the president has not been able to look into his police director face and say, recuse yourself and call for investigation. The only thing the president had to tell us last night was he's going to make sure, the government going to make sure to fight drug without fear, without favor, and the law is going to be a block. So come to tell what is happening right now. Meaning, we should not take the president's words to be serious. What we should be looking at is his action. Because his action is what we're looking at right now. It's actually not connecting to the words. He's saying one thing as a president, but then he's doing another thing. So the thing about the drug fight, the cancer in the word earlier, the president is demonstrating lack of seriousness. The president is telling us that you have no interest in fighting drug. Because if the president is serious not to fight drug in our country, by this time, what we expect from the president is Diago. When he was dismissed as LGA boss, because giving this bar or GSA role or UNA. By this time, we expect that Biago be charged, taken to court, and I can find a lawyer to come and plead on behalf of him. But up to present, we don't know where is Biago. And several other individuals have been accused and down to the president's son. We have not seen any attempt for this president to say, okay, my son, you have to go and answer some questions. So, people, what we're talking here is that this president is not telling you anything serious about the fight against you. What we're going to do is, as citizens, we are going to continue to watch his pictures, and we are going to keep him his feet to the fire to the fight against you.
Okay. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Your name is... Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah? When I want to talk to Peter Hassan.
Yeah, go ahead. You live.
Are you talking to us on the topic we're discussing or something else?
People are talking so much that I want to tell you. People in government are forget them. Completely, we put a lot of
The what?
The
You know what? We have that conversation another day. Today we're not discussing who's suffering, who's not suffering. We're discussing the drug situation. We're going to have
the government forget what Loma people.
yeah, my brother. When we're ready to have that conversation, you can call us, please. Hello. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. When you're heading, I want him for nothing. We can't get nothing from that president there. Because he's a liar, he's a rule, he's a killer.
Take it easy.
Lying in the Bible is a great thing. It got went down. And the way you say, you want to downplay our country. Thank you.
Oh. So we have someone who is calling us on the international line. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Chelsea, calling from Alaska. Oh, my concern is what's wrong with where the drugs was arrested, and what also happened with those people that escorted the drugs, because you don't need evidence for that. These are all evidence. So what's wrong with those people? Why are they? So in my mind, sorry to say, I think Boyga himself, he can get high. So that's the problem for him. I think he can get high too. So that's the whole problem. So when we make that statement, I think you will have making that statement where you can see everything. This is a president that lies about every single thing. 10 million project, I don't know. Program, I don't know. Everything you don't know. But when it concerns the opposition, you come and speak. So I think we're going to get hard too. So that's what I want to say.
Okay, so you're speaking to the highest office. Take it easy, please. Easy, please. But do we have like a few minutes to go, so we're going to take a few more calls and we're going to call it a day. Do we have someone else, or you're mixing the phone?
Yeah, you people, you ask for they ask for more time, eh?
Of course, we have like four minutes, probably, or 5 minutes to go. Hello.
Yeah, Jamie and Lester, thank you for your calling from off the street.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to say to Joseph Waka, you are not ruling the way you ought to rule. You can carry into our country. The cartel of Sunday, graduate part of it. You left out those people, so you really there. And Taylor would not know nothing about your just coming into this country. Waka, be fair to yourself and leader. Which home you carry on the airport tomorrow? Think about tomorrow will become on you tomorrow when you leave town, Joseph Waka. Think about tomorrow. What you're doing, they will surely want you for tomorrow. Because if the hotel says no sin go unpunished. We are not ruling the way you ought to live in this country. Is that why the people get on the read on the song to make you president today? It was good that President we are there you they prepare for you to run this country so the people will know that you are in rich. You are not a good thing but you are rich crap. You will pay for everything.
Thank you so much. We're going to take the next person. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
How you doing? How you doing?
We're hanging in here. Hope you're good. Go ahead.
You know the leader who always is to cooperation. There's not supposed to be a leader. This is a leader who, I don't know, CPP or COP or what. There's not to COP, and then now want to change the name of Unity Party to the Unity Party. He's costing a lot of players so that this country will go to war. And the other mind they had, and if they try that, maybe who is wearing an apple now, we have to hold on. That if President Weir or former President Weir get to the airport, listen, and I think Babu will share cooler. Thank you.
Anyways, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm coming from Brazil.
Go ahead, Mom.
Yeah, what is that? You don't care about that. I ain't telling you what was that. You don't bad thing for following the point of the war back. I think about that from the meeting. Nothing. So we want to weekend. So I'm back in the point of to get it down. Maybe what was that? Hey, let's go. Let me put a bit down there. They have to official governor. Then you put it in. Yeah, one of the
Thank you so much. We have another person. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hey, hello. Hello, our princess, Elisa Banja Collie. And that of Jimu.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah. My name is Musa G. Brown, and I'm from New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And Elisa and Jerome, it is laughable to see our president, to hear our president sounding so hypocritical, so deceptionalist when it comes to the fighting of issues of drugs. Look, Sergey said he authenticated the videos that the cartels had on social media. That indeed they were introduced, that indeed they provided their phone number, the phone number of Jojo and his WhatsApp number, that indeed these cartels were introduced to the President Joseph Boakai. I mean, it is of no secret. I mean, it is so deceptionally. It is a deception when it comes to playing with the Liberian people intelligence. Look, Ajiru, we don't want to go back to where we came from. Liberia was put on a pedestal. They are judgment to move Liberia forward. We thought, or Liberians thought, that indeed Joseph Boakai, being an old person, was going to move Liberia forward. Because people voted for Joseph Boakai on that this old man has lived his life. He will come to do what the Liberian people want, and he will do it perfectly. But this old man is going to be somebody who has broken all the rules, all the laws in Liberia. And it's this president that the Supreme Court will pass a judgment, and he will state to the faces of the Supreme Court that I'm not going to respect your judgment. This is what I'm going to do. And it's this president. Because we said the final arbiter of our justice system in our country, on our constitutional, is the Supreme Court. They explain, they analyze, they know, they give their opinion when it comes to justice in our country. But this old man with all his experience, I continue to violate the Constitution.
Thank you so
much.
Let
me end on this quick, Elisa, please.
Go ahead, because we're out of time.
If you say that indeed justice will be dispensed without fear and favor, that now graduate women should be in team in South Beach, because there is no reason why all of the evidence proving
But because you think Greg.
Okay, so Ajahn will take one more person from your end, and then we'll call it a day because we have already exhausted all of our minutes. We're supposed to be here. One person, and we'll go.
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the job calling for justice, the member of concern that pray for justice. I do. The women looking for trouble for the country. All the things like speakable. In doing the what they in line catable, we are whosoever that even if you can be my child, whosoever will not show anybody. The women that are the sexual papier. You know that you're showing your government official there, you're showing a great all the people that are you are showing them down to your son. All the people that want to go that fall in a job is the money. And they go for 10,000, they want the 2,000 to all your body. Then go for the Paris right here. No, let me tell you, we are getting tired. And when the people are supposed to speak, when they don't speak now, when the country tend to chaotic, nobody will listen to anybody. Because after we move to the Boaka in minister, we will go to the council of church office there. That's what we're coming in the nation here. Thank you very much.
Okay, so yeah. Oh. I think we're already done. It is yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done.
So
before we leave,
yeah, we have to go. We're taking our regular break, weekend break. So we'll be here on Monday. That is just inches away from September. We will be here on Monday. I would like to say thank you to all of you. Keep this country safe. Be smart and keep looking above your head.
Okay, so I want to say thank you so much for following us. We're going to be here next week to again start our conversation. I know that some people will sound like when I was little, they used to say something about pepper birds. More like a parrot, a bird that talks so much. So I'm sure we sound like that to you guys, but we don't care because I mean, we live, we die, and life goes on. So we're going to talk about all the things that are happening in the country. Oliver, wherever you are, I hope you're safe. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
I just wanna ask you one